Okay, so my workflow is that I will sequence things first. Okay, so basically, when I'm working with a director or a producer, whatever, I will work in the computer, and then just bounce off a WAV of we call them mock-ups. So basically, if it's an orchestral type of thing, so I mean, I tend to use, Spitfire Library or a bit of Vienna, a few other bits and bobs as well. So basically, I will work with mock-ups. And then when everybody's happy with the music, then I will go and score it out. If there is any scoring to be done. If there's no scoring to be done, then you're just working in the box, as it were. Then obviously that's you will do mixes and then sort of deliver those. But yeah, so I would say don't skimp. There's another thing. Don't skimp on kind of good sample libraries and things like that, because I think even the mock-ups, some mock-ups I've heard sound really good, So I think if you do invest, it's more of it's not a spend, it's an investment. It's an investment in your future. So do get the best samples that you can afford, and so that and that impresses people as well. The sound that so if you can impress with a sequence, with some stuff that you've done on the sequencer, just imagine how impressed they're going to be when it's done live. So, and also the way that I sequence as well, because as I said, doing things like the film or whatever, is that I tend to sequence. I mean, if you do look at some of these YouTube videos of people's templates and whatever, I mean, some of these templates are ridiculous. They have hundreds and hundreds of tracks. I don't work like that at all. I will keep the orchestra simple. Okay, so basically, I work also. I don't necessarily work like strings. Here's my string patch, here's my staccato string patch as well, because I think what that does is that it makes you think too keyboardy, in the way that you write. So my template, if you look at my orchestral template, I've got violin 1, I've got legato, sort of a spiccato, a short string, and a pizzicato as my basic. And obviously I change that to different articulations if I want to. But so I've got violin 1, violin 2, viola, cello, bass. So I've got, and I write. You've got to think like writing for those individual instruments rather than just like for a string section. Okay, and that obviously speeds up the orchestration process as well. Sometimes I mix myself, not from any great sort of position of great knowledge about how to mix. It's just sometimes I kind of know how it should sound. I mean, I did some library stuff a few years ago, and they took away the mix and they sent it back, and it's like, no, really no. But that's not how I hear it, So it's I'm a bit of a control freak anyway. So, but I mean, the film. Going back to the film, but I worked with Nick Taylor, who is the chief engineer at Aerodel, and we mixed it together, So and he kind of got the music anyway. So there are a few engineers that I know who are they kind of understand you. So what happens is I kind of let them just do a rough pre-mix or whatever, and then I come in and say, can we have a bit more of this? Less on the banjo, that type of thing. So that's, so yeah, it's. But I mean, once again, it depends what the budget is. Sometimes there isn't the money to do any mixing, so I have to do it myself.